Mikey, thank you so much for your time this evening. We had a great conversation. One of the things we kind of touched on was QR codes. I'm curious, can you tell us again, how do we make QR codes work effectively in our marketing?
Well, the most effective way to use a QR code is to use it in print, because it allows someone from the offline world to take that QR code and be instantly transported to a mobile site, an application, or some other internet-based interaction. It's a very simple way, it's a free method, it is very quick. You just simply scan the code, you've given a URL, maybe it's a contact information for someone, but whatever it is, it's got some information in that you are wanting. More likely it's going to have a URL, and that will allow you to take a print ad and get the customer to a mobile site.
I know it might sound like a really obvious question, but why do I want to take somebody who's looking at a print ad to an online site? What's my outcome there?
Well, there you want to convert an offline customer into a mobile online customer. They might already be an online customer, but what you're trying to do is take that sort of instant gratification of, they see the QR code, they want to act on it, they can do it straight away. Within 10 seconds, they're at the site they want to be at, or they've got the information that they want.
Okay, cool. Can you give us an example of how you've seen a QR code used really effectively recently?
Sure. Probably the best example is in the catalogue. You have your typical print catalogue that goes out every week, every fortnight for the business. Next to every product that's advertised in that catalogue is a QR code. That allows a customer to scan the QR code. They get taken straight to a mobile version of the shopping cart. Before you know it, they've actually purchased that item and it's going to be delivered to them. So, in the space of a minute, without even getting up, they've already made the purchase.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. All right, cool. Just need to work on them being so ugly, and then we'll be able to move forward. Yeah. Mikey, thanks once again for your time this evening, and thanks for explaining a bit more about how QR codes work.
My pleasure.
Chris, thank you so much for your time this evening. There was lots of good conversation. One of the things that I want to revisit is the difference or the distinctions between online, as in the online platform that people look at through their desktop or their laptop computers, versus their mobile. Can you explain those distinctions again for us?
Yeah, it's an important distinction, because if you think I'm just going to succeed in mobile by replicating my online experience on mobile, then I think that's usually a mistake. Because there are opportunities in mobile, because mobile has unique capabilities, for instance. So online is the internet, it's got information, but it's not connected to the real world. Mobile has this unique capability, which is location, which is an absolute game changer. So it knows where you are, so it can render up that information about the things around you, the products, the places, the people, render up information about those things and inform your decisions, inform your purchasing decisions, for instance. So you need to understand all that when you're developing your mobile channel. Mobile has all these unique capabilities, but that comes with a whole set of requirements and responsibilities. So you've got these triggers that you need to connect people to your mobile device. Or your mobile channel, I should say. So QR codes, SMS, there are emerging technologies such as NFC. So you need to have command of that ecosystem, which is a little bit different to online. So people on online, they're looking for you, they're at home or they're at the computer, they go and look for your website. Whereas on mobile, you need to you can use search, but you can also prompt that in context to where you are.
It gets juicier every minute. Can you give us an example of how a company that you know of is using those distinctions really well to provide a richer marketing experience rather than just duplicating?
This company, it's one of the Australian states, South Australia Tourism Commission. They have a website, and they wanted to offer the best optimum experience on mobile. So the website's there, and it offers you recommends experiences in South Australia, which is great, and you can book them, and that's a good experience. But we realised when we're looking at the mobile strategy, you're probably not going to use the mobile before you go on holiday. You're probably going to be using the mobile whilst you're on holiday. So what we're going to do is help you have the best experience in South Australia. We're going to render up opportunities and experiences around you. So we're going to use location, which is one of the unique capabilities of mobile. So, you know,
that is just too sexy. I'm just thinking about it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So the idea, the end result is that you have a better holiday because of what this mobile service can offer you. It's a tool. I mean, I think a lot of mobile sites and applications they work best if they improve your product or improve your service. And any sort of marketing and branding and that sort of benefits usually work best. Just a byproduct of that. It's about utility with mobile.
Okay, that is having just driven through South Australia. And the lack of information. That is a very sexy application of both technology, but also of an innovative company. Chris, thanks once again for your time this evening. It's been great. And as I said in the interviews, it just feels like we've just scraped the surface. So maybe we'll have to get you back next year.
Okay. Well, thanks for the opportunity.
Dale, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's a great conversation. One of the things that we didn't get to discuss much tonight was apps. So apps, I think, are one of the new buzzwords around the mobile marketing space. Can you tell us how maps can be used effectively to really enrich the customer experience?
So applications need to be, as you said, need to be thought of as part of a longer term sort of campaign. By themselves, they're good for a bit of novelty value, they're good for a little bit of brand exposure, but in terms of really engaging with the customer across a long period of time, they really need to be thought out quite carefully. At the end of the day, brands really make the best connections when they A, connect what their brand stands for, B, connect them to the services and to things that actually make a difference. It's not the same as going to a website, to sort of have that.
They have to do something.
That's right. There's real opportunities to create that two-way sort of dialogue and to immerse customers into new ways of interacting with your services, because these devices are so smart and you have all that power just there in your pocket.
And once again, as always, it just comes back to that strategy. What are your strategic objectives?
What do you want your customers to be able to do with that application?
Yeah.
And there's your standard kind of features and the standard things that are top of mind. You'll be able to come up with 5 things that you'd want your app to do.
Yeah.
But where's the opportunity to differentiate you from your competitors who have got apps in the App Store? You know, thinking about how people, and the Commonwealth Bank is a great example.
Yeah.
Obviously there's some big budgets attached to that, but there's a great example where the banking sector as a whole have now embraced mobile applications and mobile internet banking. The Commonwealth come out in a leadership position by saying we're going to start by creating a brand called Kaching, which is very conservative
CBA,
brand for the CBA.
Yeah.
So they're immediately making a connection to a different customer group or particular customer group within that application, but utilising things like I can transfer payments to you via connecting to you on Facebook. And yes, there's the NFC sort of tap to pay and those types of things, but there are things that are available to a customer because they have that piece of hardware in their hand that is going to make the transaction not just. You expect the transaction to be secure, you expect it to be immediate, and you don't expect money to go where it's not supposed to go. But they've also been able to use it in a way that makes it fun, that almost sort of gamifies the whole experience in a bit of a way.
So it's basically for them, for both those examples, it's extending their reach and extending their engagement opportunities with their customers and potential customers.
That's right, and so I think it's one thing that's really important for people to keep in mind is that you don't just have to have one app. You can have multiple applications. Taking the thinking of the web in terms of I want this website to do all this sort of stuff, taking that thinking into applications I think is a bad move. So looking at those that's right, sort of like almost being a little bit more siloed about your approach. Customer behaviour is all about I don't mind downloading lots of apps. I don't mind using lots of applications because I want to use my phone. I want to be consuming from iTunes and Android market. So tap into that and go nuts.
too cool. I need more. I need to live a whole parallel life just so I can explore some of these apps.
Where's all this time come from in the day to download all these applications?
That's exactly right. Dale, thank you once again for your time and for your expertise and for shedding some light just now in how we can use apps a bit more effectively.
You're welcome.